Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Las Vegas. Here we are getting ready to go for tonight. Just thought we'd pop in and show you the sights and sounds right here from Las Vegas on the Turn 3 Racing Network. Stay tuned because we're going to have Terry go for the walk on the grid and the Star Spangled Banner coming up right after a word from our sponsor, TRJkarting.com.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly wailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets regular their bombs bursting in air gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave.
And we are back. We're focused in on Dalton Kilroe because word on the street is Terry is going to be talking to him tonight, Rick. And again, I want to welcome everybody out. We're watching the Blazing Pedals getting it done here tonight from Las Vegas. What do you say, Rick? Why don't we get Terry on up here and let him talk to, I believe he's talking to Dalton Kilrow.
Sure.
Terry Foster, Rick and Chris up in the booth. You got a copy.
Gentlemen, how you doing?
Buddy, doing great, doing great. Terry, why don't you go ahead and take it away?
Dalton, you here? Where's Dalton?
Sir, I'm here.
Hey, man. Congratulations last week on that race. I had really one question for you. How in the hell did you finish that race? The only car with a 0 incident.
Well, I kind of went into the race thinking, I was kind of on the fence of whether I wanted to do like some other guys were going to do and kind of just ride in the back to try and avoid the wreck. Or just staying up front to try and stay ahead of the wreck. And I feel like when I made the decision to go stay up front and avoid the wreck, that was the right call, because that one wreck that unfortunately took out most of the pack, I think it was like lap 50 or something. I think I was the only car ahead of it because it happened like second or right next to me or whatever. So just staying in front of the pack, staying as clean as possible, and trying not to get in over my head is kind of what saved me last week and allowed me to pull the victory home.
Well, congratulations, man. 2 races in. You're the second winner. What's your outlook for the season, bud?
Well, hopefully I can have a little bit better result than last season. I mean, I made it to the final 4, but I'm hoping to not finish dead last in that final race compared to my championship competitors. I want to take home the title. I know we got some other guys in here that are very, very strong. Obviously, Jamie, he's going to be a contender all season. Ryan Walsh is going to be quick. Mark Smith's going to be quick. Jason Powell's quick. There's Ian's quick. Taylor Butcher Benjamin's quick. It's all going to be who has the best luck in the chase and is able to get to the final 4 and manage the tire strategy the best.
Well, you're definitely locked in, that's for sure. And yeah, that's kind of my goal this season also, is trying to get locked in. Maybe it has to be in points, maybe not with a win, but I'm just trying to get locked in, and at least in the top 10 anyway, you know. So, all right, bud. Well, I'm going to go back out here and practice a little bit more, just like you are, and I'll catch you back on the track, brother.
All right, 10-4.
Thanks, Dalton.
Good luck, Dalton. Good luck, Terry.
Good luck
thanks,
to you,
guys.
gentlemen.
Appreciate it.
And thank you, Terry. It was a hell of a walk.
Thanks, buddy. I'll talk to you guys later.
Getting ready to go here from Las Vegas, about 9.5 minutes, Rick, before we go into that open qualifying set. And man, I really do enjoy that. Again, guys, we are coming at you from Las Vegas here tonight, getting ready to go in the track. Rick, she is hot.
He is definitely. I mean, we're here, Las Vegas, man. Nice and warm. Everything's going to be good. Good 1.5-mile track. It's going to be fun here tonight. I mean, I think we're going to see another winner tonight. I mean, right now, Jamie Walker, though, he's got the fastest lap, but I've seen a couple other guys up there earlier during practice, so it's really anybody's game. It's going to be real interesting here tonight, though, Chris.
Yeah, I've seen a couple of names up on the top of that leaderboard here during practice, and Jamie was able to finally get there in his number 88 GoDaddy.com machine. Again, I want to thank TRJKarting.com along with the Blazing Pedals League for inviting us out here on a Sunday night, getting ready to go. It is currently 89 degrees on that track. Air temperature 80 degrees, and that is certainly going to affect the handling of these K&N cars as they try and motivate themselves around this 1.5-mile track here tonight. Wind speed, Rick, 2 miles an hour out of the north. That's not very much. It shouldn't affect anything. And these guys are having a good time out there during practice.
Yeah, I mean, the wind's not going to come into factor, but man, you know, the warm air temperatures, the warm track temperatures, man, these cars are going to be sliding around here tonight.
Aerial coverage for today's race is going to be brought to you by TRJKarting.com. Again, if you haven't checked them out, make sure you do, guys. TRJKarting.com. Great guy over there, Tim.
An outstanding guy. There's a lot of cool stuff on that website. Not just for, you know, people who are in park, Chris. You know, I mean, I don't know about you. I mean, I have my hat tonight. Okay. I got my TRJ karting sweatshirt on. I don't have the t-shirt on though. I am wearing my Derby shirt. Okay. You saw that yesterday. I put it back on again today.
Yeah, I saw that.
Oh yeah.
TRJkarting.com is your #1 online source for karting components, engines, and safety gear. They have a huge selection for the novice to the professional and a dedicated section for sim racers. No matter how you do it, your desire and passion to go fast fuels them. Their focus is to put their customers into victory lane. TRJkarting.com again, guys. Make sure to go on out there and check them out. TRJkarting.com. Tell Tim that we sent you on down there and pick out a thing or three. Great apparel. If you're not into racing at all, feel free to pick up some of that apparel. That Racing for a Cure t-shirt, awesome. And some of those stickers, Rick, very, very cool.
Yeah, one thing I can attest to, those stickers, I mean, they hold up well. I mean, I've got a couple on my truck, man. Brutal Vermont winners. Haven't touched it. They're not faded. They're beautiful, man.
Yeah, pretty good stuff out there. And we've got some names that we haven't called so far this season out there on track. Maybe one or two. It's starting to get hard to remember, Rick, with these big fields. About 29 cars looking to try and start tonight's event here from Las Vegas on the Turn 3 Racing Network. Thank you very much for coming on out here tonight. Very, very soon, we're going to get into that open qualifying session. We're going to step away for just a moment, get a couple of commercials underneath the hood of this one, and get ready to go. We'll be right back.
The most realistic online racing sim ever made. This is iRacing. Detailed laser scan tracks, fully dynamic real world cars, and over 50 series to choose from. 6 online world championships offering over $100,000 in annual prizes. This is the original esport racing game. This is iRacing.
Back live here from Las Vegas, and Rick, it's starting to get a little dark out there. Don't know if
That it
it's
definitely is.
cloud
Looks like a little
coverage?
bit of cloud cover.
Yeah. Pretty cool. We're watching the 92 of Blake Decker. coming to a stop out on track. He is the second fastest here in practice. And then we shoot over to Aaron Bockover, part of TNA Motorsports. Aaron, who had a really fast car last week at Daytona, just got involved in an incident and didn't get the finish that maybe he deserved. Again, I want to thank everybody for tuning in here tonight to the Turn 3 Racing Network. I want to thank you for the thumbs up so far. Those thumbs down don't bother me at all. That definitely still helps, so we're not going to worry about those. Do appreciate all those thumbs up, though. It's really it's not for Rick or I, it's actually for the league, so they appreciate it as well. And thank you all again for spending your Sunday night with us here on the Turn 3 Racing Network, Blazing Pedals, drjkarting.com, combined for the K&N car. Oh my.
And one thing we got to remember too, Chris, K&N car's got an update, or will be having an update. And Tim just told me that it is already working, so it's something to look out for. New damage models on these cars.
Oh man, if that thing's working, you guys are in for a treat, because the only thing that these cars ever really have lacked in the past is appropriate damage. And if we're going to start seeing that, that's going to make this all the better. Again, watching Aaron Bockover getting around this track. Now move over to Jason Powell in the 18 car, running in fourth fastest. Behind him on the speed chart, it's Marquis Smith, who's sitting on pit road. Ryan Wash in his number 68, running sixth quickest. Ian Habiak, seventh quickest so far. And man, Rick, you know, we kind of missed it last week, but you had me go back and watch it again, and he threaded a needle on one of those big crashes. Dale, how you doing out there, bud? Thanks for stopping by on the Turn 3 Network. But yeah, last week, Ian Habiak.
That was crazy.
Yeah, absolutely. I don't know how. I mean, I've watched that thing a couple of times at this point, and it's still amazing how he got around that thing and wasn't tied into it and ended up with a good finish. I believe fifth spot last week.
So, I mean, Chris, you know, Ian, you know what I like to do? I mean, I like to sit there and I look at, you know, the younger drivers of a league, one, to see how they act. Number two, you know, just to watch them and watch them grow. And Ian has been doing a fantastic job from the K&N cars over into the trucks. Had an amazing couple seasons. They just kept getting better and better. And man, with him going through that crash, it's really good. But here we go. We're getting ready for qualifying, my friend.
Yeah, qualifying is ready and waiting for drivers to get out on track. Looks like Ryan Wash not going to waste any time in his number 68 as he pulls on out. We're going to pull down the qualifying bar. Remember, this is 10 minutes of open qualifying. Your fastest lap of that 10 minutes will count. And Ryan Wash out there trying to get it done. He is really looking to have a good finish, Rick. So far, not the season openers that he's been looking for between ISM and Daytona.
Yeah, Ryan Wash coming back after a little bit of a break, Chris. But, you know, I think we're going to see big things out of Ryan. Once he gets going and gets comfortable in these cars again, I think he's going to be a force to reckon with.
Taylor the Butcher Benjamin with the first time. It's a 47.092. And the 68 crosses the start-finish line. 31.466. Good enough for first spot so far. Ryan Wash, Marquis Smith in the 21. Ooh, we just got bumped out because Taylor the Butcher Benjamin puts down a scorcher. 31.448. Opie with second place, just 10/100ths of a second behind. Wow.
Yeah, Ryan Wash ain't done yet, though, Chris. Does another lap, 31.323. Retakes that pole position. And here comes Marquis Smith. He's like, no, that's mine with a 31.306.
These guys getting faster and faster. I love it. 13 cars make it 14 of set qualifying times here so far. Corey Blevins running in, well, make it 15th now, as Ryan Wash boots himself right back up into the lead so far during this qualifying session. Dalton Kilroe, last week's winner, scooted down to third because Marquis Smith takes a second spot over again. Ian Habiak with the TRJkarting.com Toyota Camry is running fifth fastest out there so far, Rick.
These guys are just flying around here tonight, man. It's going to be a good race. I mean, last week was a good race. Race number 3 of the season. You know, I'm looking forward to next week, Auto Club. I do love that track.
On board the 18 of Jason Powell. Powell right now sitting in the top 10 as far as the speed goes. And look how close those times are in the top 10, man. That is incredible. Speaking of 10 fastest right now, going to Corey Sherman, the Shermanator, in that number 3 Savage Edge machine. Looking good out there with a 10th place start so far with 6 minutes, 15 seconds left, Rick.
And these guys are going to use every second here qualifying, Chris. I mean, they definitely want to get out there. They want to put down more laps. I love this open qualifying. You know, I mean, it's not bad when you're sitting there watching one car go and then another car, and it's kind of cool. But man, this open qualifying, I love it.
Well, it's interesting, and you can kind of see what maybe part of the race is going to look like here. That's what I dig about it. You see these cars kind of grouping together, and that definitely adds a little something to it. It's like a mini race for the race, you know?
Yeah, exactly. Let me tell you, that track temperature, though, Chris, I'm watching it climb now. 93 degrees Fahrenheit, the air temperature holding steady at 80. That wind's still out of the north, about 2 miles per hour.
They've got 18 drivers so far, make it 19, Rick, that have taken qualifying times.
There's one guy out there that I'm kind of surprised hasn't taken a lap yet, and that's the 88 of Jamie Walker.
Yeah, Walker has not taken a lap time yet.
Might be a little strategy. Start in the rear. I see Aaron Bach over. He hasn't taken a lap yet.
There's a couple of guys out there. Well, a lot of guys, actually.
Yeah. Chris Williams. We got the 71, Andrew Beach, Hayden Wheeler. I want to welcome back the 01. That's Noah Van Hoop. Good to see him out there. Newest member of TNA Motorsport. Coming back to have some fun with the Blazing Pedal Boys here in the TRJkarting.com K&N series, man. That's pretty cool. Jeff Price, Jeff Hartline, they're hanging out. Trenton Sneed. And the man who really needs to have a good race this way, I feel so bad for the 40 car, Chris. Deshaun Gorham has not had a good first 2 races.
No, he has not, Rick. You're absolutely right. And Anthony, yes. We are making strides, my friend. We are making strides. And it is a sharp paint job. Glad to get that number looking the way that it was meant to look. That's something that Mark and I have been working on, and we've got it straightened out, it looks like, Mark Arthur.
You know, and the funny thing is, Chris, I came down early to check my settings, and, you know, there's a setting in iRacing you got to hit. You got to hide the car numbers, and I had that checked, but it seems like every now and then, maybe after an update or something, I'm not sure, but that's something that I'm going to be going in every week and just clicking off and then putting it back on again.
That chrome look, man, it is sharp. I dig it.
It is sharp.
I dig it so much. Brian Wash up front, 31.197, and look at Blake Decker, 5/1000ths of a second behind him in second spot.
And Decker's looking to do something special here tonight in that number 92, Chris. I think he's going to be a massive force to be reckoned with there, especially if he gets up out front.
But we're
in
still
for a good race.
Yeah, we're still looking for the first 2-time winner out here tonight, Rick. This is our third race. First race won by, let's see, who won it? Jamie?
Yeah, that was
Jamie
the
Walker won it.
the 88 GoDaddy machine.
Yeah, last week.
Winning at Phoenix
Yeah.
last week. Oh man, last week with a Turn 3 Racing Network engine. And that number 41, Daddy O's Barbershop. Good old Dalton Kilroe. Who's it going to be tonight, though, Chris? I mean, I'm just looking here. Kilroe, he's sitting in 6th. Ian Habiak's doing a fabulous job out there. Of course, you know, hopefully later we'll get down into the live TRJ karting team live spotting channel to listen to that. But Ian's doing good. He's, you know, he took a lot from Daytona, and I think he's ready to go this season. And Jamie Walker, he's still just sitting there on pit road doing his thing.
That minute and a half left, and it's starting to look like some of these drivers just choosing not to come out onto pit road to qualify, Rick. And that is going to be very interesting because you've got Kyle Wellman, Deshaun Gorham, Trenton Sneed, Jeff Price, Jeff Hartline, Andrew Beach, Noah Van Hook, Chris Williams, Aaron Bockover, and Jamie Walker not even in their cars. They might be getting an ice cream.
Hey, you know, that's what I'd be doing. It is getting hot out there. Still 80 degrees at track temperature, holding steady right now at 93, Chris. This is just in qualifying, so we'll see what happens when we line up to get ready for that green flag. Got about a minute left before that happens, but man, we got some guys ready to do some business here tonight. Who do you think is going to have Lady Luck on their side tonight?
Tonight, I am... I might be shooting for the 92 tonight, Rick. Blake Decker do one. Right now, sitting in that second spot. Blake Decker looking good here during the practice that I've been watching. And I think he is. I think he's due for a race, Rick. We're going to find out here tonight. How about yourself?
For me, I mean, now that we got the paint scheme working, man, I'm really looking forward to seeing Marquis Smith do something in that 21 machine. He's due.
Oh, certainly.
I mean, there's a lot of drivers out there that do. There's a lot of drivers out there that everybody out there is due.
Taylor the Butcher Benjamin looking to try and recapture some good luck here tonight. Wasn't able to race last week. Taylor is back this week, ready to go. And look who's on top. And there he is on top of that leaderboard with just 45 seconds to go. The Butcher puts the hammer down.
And it looks like he's happy with that lap, Chris, pulling down off the track surface.
Well, I think I know why Walker hasn't qualified yet. He's busy watching the stream tonight, Rick.
There he is. Mr. Walker. I'm guessing, I know what Jamie's plan is because Jamie does this. And I think he gets joy out of it. He likes starting towards the back, working his way up.
Yeah. Yes, he does. All right, Rick, it's time to start getting ready to grid them up. On the pole for tonight's event, driver of the number 10 with a 31.187. It is Taylor the Butcher Benjamin to his outside. The driver of the number 68, very close time there, a 31.197. It's Ryan Wash. Inside row number 2, the 92 of Blake Decker. On his outside, it's going to be the 21 of Marquis Smith. Inside row number 3, the 3 of Corey Sherman. Sitting to his outside in the crisp IPA, it's the 6 of Derek Paulson. Inside row number 4, last week's winner, the 41 of Dalton Kilrow. To his outside in the TRJkarting.com Toyota Camry, it's Ian Habiuk. Row number 5, to the inside, the 18 of Jason Powell. To his outside, driving the number 1, it's Ty Morosco. Inside row number 6, Rick, it's going to be Nick Okie. And to his outside, Adrian Pedra in the 78.
And then starting back out in row number 7, you got the number 17, Brian Dees. On his outside, the number 24 of Corey Blevins. Row number 8 is going to consist of the 4 of Hayden Wheeler, the 13 of David Bennett. Row number 9, the 39, Jacob Sayers and Jacob Hobie in the number 2. Row number 10 is going to consist of the number 86 TNA Motorsports driver of Terry Foster. On his outside, Patrick A in the number 11. Row 11, Corey Rutherford in the 55, Kyle Wellman in the 42. Row number 12, the 88 of Jamie Walker and the 44 of Aaron Backover. Row 13 is going to be the 97 of Jeff Hartline and the 71 of Andrew Beach. Row 14, the 81 Trenton Sneed. On his outside, the 14, Jeff Price. Noah Van Hoot makes his way back into the Blazing Pedals League. Going to be starting in row 15th. On his outside, the 7 of Chris Williams. And rounding out that field, Chris, Eshawn Gorham in the number 40.
Sean Gorham picking up shotgun on the field. On the opposite side, it's Taylor the Butcher Benjamin in the 10. The pace car lights are off, and we are getting ready to go live right here from Las Vegas. It is the Blazing Pedals TRJkarting.com K&N Series getting ready to roll here on a Sunday night. Right here on the Turn 3 Racing Network. Taylor the Butcher Benjamin, your race leader, trying to lead this field around. And the pace car drops off, getting ready to go to the green flag for the first time this evening. Taylor the Butcher Benjamin gets it going. Good start from the Butcher. Ryan Walsh holding on to second place. Blake Decker falls into third. Marquis Smith into fourth. The 3 of the Shermanators sitting in the top 5. Behind them, it's the 6 of Derek Paulson as this field starts to stretch out early. Ooh, we got a little bit of an issue there. We're going 3 wide, back down to 2 as the 18 of Jason Powell, way down low, comes back out on track in front of Ty Morosco. He sits in 8th spot.
These guys are doing a good job, Chris. They're starting to stretch out a little bit right now. Okie and that number 9 machine gets around the number 24 working that outside lane, trying to do what he has to do, but kind of stuck there. And Brian Dees is coming down through with that 17 machine, trying to catch up to that back bumper.
Brian Dees got some traffic around him. On his outside, it's going to be Hayden Wheeler. Wheeler in that 4, trying to get it done. It's the Dodge. Just not used to seeing Dodges out there. Ooh, the 39 Jacob Sayers a little bit loose, and you see these cars kind of jumping around just in case something were to happen. Sayers able to hold on to it as Habiuk goes around on the outside, tries to make that work, and he may just do it as they come around out of the corner.
Habiuk's doing a really good job, Chris, up into that number 15th position, just starting to pick his way up through this field. A lot of laps left here to do. We're only on lap 3 of 161 here tonight from Las Vegas, man. I am excited. That track temperature got down 1 degree, Chris. It is down at 92 degrees, but that air temperature also went up 1 degree.
Taylor the Butcher Benjamin, your race leader, and let's just keep in mind a couple of things here tonight, Rick. This is stage racing. First stage going to end on lap 48. Second stage ends on lap 96. Then it's a shootout to lap 161 here from Las Vegas. This is race number 3 of the K&N Series so far this season. And the Butcher, who was not at Daytona last week, trying to get it all done in one shot right now. He's got Ryan Walsh and Blake Decker sitting 2nd and 3rd. 21 of Marquis Smith sitting in 4th spot. Corey Sherman may be under attack a little bit from the 6 of Derek Paulson. Paulson also had a good race last week. not the finish he was looking for. But the 6 looking good out there tonight. He is working the inside of the Shermanator. Derek Poulsen gets inside of that rear quarter panel. Derek Poulsen goes door to door with him heading into turn number 1. Derek Poulsen door to door. Gets a little bit tight, has to let off just a little bit, holds on, puts it foot back down on the floor, and the 6 is off again, trying to get around Corey Sherman. Last week's winner, Dalton Kilrow in the 41, goes down to the low side, trying to follow Poulsen around. Poulsen able to clear Sherman, and now the 41 looks to try and do the same thing to the inside. Sherman cuts him off. Back in 11th place, the 9 car, Nick Okie. He has got a gaggle of cars around him. Corey Blevins in the 24 looking to the inside. Hayden Wheeler behind him. And also got the 17 of Brian Dees, Ian Habiak in that mix, along with Kyle Wellman.
Yeah, Wellman's right there too. You know, here comes Jacob Sayers in the 39. These guys are all like, okay, which we're gonna go, man, because we gotta go too. Ooh, 3 wide, Chris. 3 wide, the 24, the 9, and the 4. 4 backs off a little bit and it says, oh, maybe I can make it through.
Yeah, woo, baby, here we go. 3 wide. Lap number 8. Let's do it. Nick Okie is being very cautious in that middle and finally works his way back down below and behind the 24 of Corey Blevins. Blevins moves up, and now he's got himself a whole wide track that he can work with. Corey Blevins taking over 11th spot. Jason Powell on the backside of that first group of cars, led by Ryan Wash, who is in second spot. Taylor the Butcher Benjamin kind of in his own postal zone right now.
Yeah, the Butcher, he's just out there out front, Chris. He's just like, hey, where'd everybody else go?
Look at the gap he has put on Ryan Wash, Rick. That is huge for aerial coverage, being brought to you tonight by TRJkarting.com. And you see exactly what that lead looks like here tonight from Las Vegas.
You know, my question is, how long can he hang on to that lead? I mean, these guys are starting. I mean, I know it's not a huge aerodynamic track, but it does come into play here at Las Vegas. And is the Butcher maybe burning up his stuff just a little bit too quick? There's only one way to find out. We're just going to keep tuning in here.
Rick, what do you say we drop down into the onboard cam with the race leader, Taylor the Butcher Benjamin, as he shows us how he's getting around Las Vegas. Into turn number 1 and 2, getting ready to hit that backstretch. You hear that throttle. Boy, he barely let off that thing to get around turns 1 and 2. 3 and 4, different story. He does come off a little bit, then right back in, kind of feathers it back in. Around 3 and 4, that little chute right there, he comes down just below that white line and across the start finish line. That's 1 lap out of your race leader right now, Taylor the Butcher Benjamin.
You know, one thing that amazes me, Chris, I mean, you were on the inboard view, but I was on the helmet cam looking through the cockpit. And right now the Butcher being very smooth with all his turns of that wheel, very light. He is sweating it just a little bit, but he's doing a really good job just keeping that car exactly where he wants it to be.
Second, third, and fourth have not moved. Ryan Wash holding on for second spot, although he is putting a little bit of a gap now on third place runner, the 92 of Blake Decker. Here comes the 6. Poulsen may be trying to take over third from the 92. Down on the inside goes Derek Poulsen in his 6 car. He's got him by a, well, he's fendered a quarter panel right now. Coming into the corner, it's door-to-door action between Derek Poulsen and Blake Decker, and Decker didn't fight that one at all, Rick. He just let him go.
Well, Chris, I think that was really smart there on Decker's part there. I mean, lap 15 of 161, plenty of racing left to do. Now, while you're watching him, I went back in the field just a little bit to the 88 GoDaddy machine of Jamie Walker. Currently, right now, in 16th position, battling it out with Haybuck. They're going back and forth, 16th and 17th place. Big battle going on right now, but Jamie Walker started here tonight in 23rd position, starting to pick his way up through the field in that Walker fashion. Nice and slow and very consistent.
Oh,
Ooh,
we got
a car
one
on
off
the
the
wheel.
wall. And that may have taken out the 2 car as well.
Let's say that was Sayers.
May have been the 39, Jacob Sayers. We're going to go back and find out, Rick. We're watching now the 39 car just to see if we can figure out what happened. He had the 4 to the inside, maybe had some contact, and he gets into Brian D's, and then the 2 car comes in and just plants one on the side. We're going to go and listen in on Race Control and see what they say about this one.
I mean, it doesn't drop to the bottom, but it doesn't have to. I mean, it doesn't really look like if you watch the seams, it doesn't look like he moved up.
That's why I'm watching the seams right now.
It's kind of like and I hate to say it, racing incident thing, really.
That
I mean,
is.
because he comes down and, you know, it's not like he done anything egregious. He just kind of turned down to go in the corner and then just expected Hayden to be a little bit lower, and Hayden didn't turn in. So it's kind of like that's one I would put to a racing incident.
I don't know why it's telling me to
They
pass
both barely
you. Like, what
fucking
the heck
moved.
is any
Or
of you
they
people?
both barely moved.
I'm gonna say it's probably just a racing incident, Mark. I mean that's
where
racing
I'm at.
incident. Nobody at fault.
Yeah, I was
Moving
very
on.
conservative getting into my pit
All right.
box.
Yeah, I hate racing incident, but I mean when it's the 2 people going for the same position, I'm not gonna give it to them when they're both at fault. So
All right, guys. That one was between the 39 and the 4. Basically, it was the 2 cars going for the same piece of track. We're going to declare it as a racing incident just because of how close it was. Nobody's going to be at fault on that one, and just carry on.
All right, there you go. Racing incident is being called. No fault. And as we were listening in, Corey Rutherford is now your race leader in the number 55. Rutherford decides he's going to come down pit road for service. Pace car lights are off. That's going to give the lead to Ryan Wash in the 68. Wash looks like he's going to choose the outside lane for this restart. Want to thank everybody once again for coming on out to the Turn 3 Racing Network. You're watching the TRJkarting.com Blazing Pedals K&N Series right here from Las Vegas. 161 laps scheduled distance for tonight. Stage racing is definitely going to happen. We are under caution for the first time here tonight. No fault is the call from the admins. No fault.
Yeah, that was a tough call too, Chris. But, you know, like I said, just 2 drivers trying to go after the same piece of real estate here on the track brings out caution number 1.
Got Rick and Chris up in the booth here tonight giving you the call for Turn 3 Racing Network. And we are getting ready to go back green flag racing. And so far, this one's been very entertaining. Taylor the Butcher Benjamin has led every green flag lap. Ryan Wash has been credited with 1 here under the caution. Pace car takes that hard left-hand turn. We get ready to go back into the green. Ryan Wash hits the go fast pedal and he takes off. Taylor the Butcher Benjamin tries to hold on to that second spot. So far, he has had the hot shoe tonight. Can the 10 make quick work of the 68? We're going to find out here in this green flag run. Derek Polson is up to 3rd spot in his number 6. Marquis Smith in 4th. Blake Decker, the 92, running in 5th position. So a little bit of changing going on around here, Rick.
Yeah, I mean, that's what's going to happen there with the caution there. Right now, it's going to be real interesting, like you said, though, to see what the 68 can do now that he's got that nice clean air. But I can tell you right now, you got two Dr. Squatch teammates. Dr. Squatch Racing, they have a new code, folks. If you go to drsquatch.com, order some soap, use code RACE15, you get 15% off your first order. Can't ask for anything better than that there, can you, Chris? I mean, right now, but look at the Butcher. The Butcher, he's got his teammate behind him, and he's looking on the inside, caught right up to that back bumper there of the 68. I think we're going to have a battle for the lead here shortly.
Yeah, the Butcher is fast tonight. That 10 car really getting around this track. Papa Squat's not here tonight. Brian McRae not making a start. But if he's checking in at all, he's got to be happy with what he's seeing. Squatch cars 2 and 3.
Oh, you know he's going to be happy about that. There's no question about that whatsoever. And Chris, it looks like we have one gentleman sitting in the TRJ Karting Infield Care Center.
Well, why don't we go ahead and grab him?
Jacob Sayers, driver of the number 39, Dr. Squatch Racing Machine. You got Rick Chris up in the booth. You got a copy, buddy?
Yeah, I got a copy.
Hey, man, good to see that you're out of the Infield Care Center. What happened there?
Racing too hard, too early, I guess you would say. Went down in the 3, clean and clear, made a clean pass, and next thing you know, I'm getting spun around.
Yeah, it was tough. You guys were definitely trying to look for that same piece of real estate on that racetrack there, and it didn't work out, man. Do you think you're going to be able to get back out there tonight?
With 7 minutes of optional repair on that last restart, I only hit 130 going into turn 1. I doubt it.
Oh, man. That stinks here tonight for you in Las Vegas, man. I know next week we're going to be heading to Auto Club. How do you feel about that?
I haven't really done a whole lot of races there, but I like my 1.5 miles, so hopefully we can get some better luck and some cleaner racing then.
All right, brother. Well, hey, listen, glad you're okay. Maybe we'll see you back out there and track. At least you're turning some laps, man. That's what you got to think about. Long season, so every lap's going to count, man, but good luck.
All right. Have a good night, guys.
Anybody out there on that 39 you want to thank, bro?
I want to thank Dr. Squatch. Use that promo code RACE15. Thank those guys for standing behind our team and multiple series that we race in. And I want to also thank J39 Media for being on the car as well.
Excellent, man. Well, hey, listen, try to get back out there, and if not, we'll see you next week in Auto Club.
All right, sounds good.
Take care, buddy.
C-Cron with a question out there, Rick. Are they using the new damage model? And honestly, we're not sure yet. We're waiting for the first one to happen to really be able to get a good look. We've heard rumor that it's there and active, but there was no download, so not sure if it's just going to be server side or not. We're going to find out here tonight. Ooh, Ryan Wash gets really loose coming off that corner. The race leader almost dumps it, and that may be enough for Taylor the Butcher Benjamin to take advantage, going down low into the corner. Ryan Wash trying to turn that wheel left, cuts him off, and Wash able to hold on. Wash and the Butcher, the two only drivers to lead laps here tonight. Wash leads another one, making it 10 for the night.
Yeah, Ryan Wash doing a really good job there in that 68, but man, you can't count out the Butcher there in the number 10 Dr. Squatch Machine. Like you said, the only two drivers so far to lead laps right now. The Butcher has the most with 16, but Ryan Wash is slowly catching up.
The 92 of Blake Decker being followed by last week's winner, Dolan Kilroe in the 41. They are running 5th and 6th, trying to keep that front group in striking distance, and they are slowly starting to catch up as Marquis Smith takes over 3rd spot from the 6 of Derek Poulsen.
There we have it. We got it confirmed by Race Control Mark Arthur. The damage model not out yet, though, Chris. He thinks it comes out Tuesday.
That will be very cool.
Which I know you're not interested, man, but I got to really look for some time to at least do something this season. Oh, we just had a really big blink from race leader Ryan Wash. Whoa, he was just inside the 3 car, Chris.
Yeah, Ryan Wash.
Held back to 9th position. Taylor the Butcher
spot.
Benjamin taking it over. Holy cow.
Big time blink, and unfortunately that does happen from time to time. And as you were talking about that, Rick, I was watching the 88 of Jamie Walker. Walker has made his way up to 7th position, starting from deep in the field here tonight. In fact, he started in 23rd position, so Walker definitely making his presence felt as he is running behind the 24 of Corey Blevins.
I mean, we knew that Walker was going to do that, Chris. I think he really does enjoy, as much as he won't say it, man. He is a great competitor, and he likes to have fun out there, man. I love Jamie Walker. He goes out there, has fun. He's like, I'm going to start from the back, work my way up through. And I think he's done that pretty much every race so far this season. I mean, I know it's only race number 3.
Speaking of 3, we're watching the 3 of Corey Sherman getting passed right now by Ryan Wash. Wash with a big blink, trying to come back through the field because of that. Man, that's a horrible thing. If you don't do anything wrong and you just have an unstable internet connection, look at the time he lost on track, Rick.
Yeah, it is huge as he blinks again, Chris. But, you know, one guy I feel bad for, and actually Lady Luck on his side, that is the 3 of the Shermanator. Because when I was watching, I'm like, wait, where did the leader go? Then all of a sudden Ryan Wash pops back up, and he moved up into, like, half his car was in half of the 3. But thankfully nothing happened there, and the Shermanator got through it okay.
Well, this time he blinks again and decides he's going to come down pit road. Unfortunate for Wash, being scored in 29th position right now. Again, want to just put it out there. This is stage racing tonight. First stage race, or lap, will be lap number 48. And Rick, that means we have time to do something kind of cool.
Well, there's 2 things that are really cool, but are we going to be turning it up?
No, sir. But we are going to go ahead and crank it up. That is how you get the old juices going here tonight with a good old-fashioned Turn It Up right here on the Turn 3 Racing Network. And Rick, man, that is something else, man. The speed these guys are going at is pretty amazing right now.
Yeah, it really is. I mean, I love it when we turn it up, Chris. I mean, it's just amazing, and those cars just sounding good. I love these K&Ns.
So the Butcher, your race leader right now, he's being followed by Marquis Smith in the 21. Dalton Kilrow sitting in third spot. Jamie Walker has moved up to fourth position in his number 88. Corey Blevins in the 24 running in fifth. Blake Decker running in sixth position right now with Derek Paulson in seventh spot. Kyle Wellman sitting in eighth. Adrian Pedra in ninth. And Pedra has Corey Sherman on his outside in 10th position. Jason Powell sitting in 11th spot in his number 18. And 12th position belongs to Ian Habiuk. Habiuk may be under battle here with the 9 of Nick Okie and Terry Foster right there in his number 86. Jeff Price running his number 14 in 15th position. Ty Morosco in the 1, running in 16th. The 71 of Andrew Beach running in 17th position right now. Trenton Sneed running in 18th. Got a lot of blinking going on out there, and it is messing up the scoring just a little bit here.
It is. But right now, I know we got Aaron Bach over there in that number 44. It keeps going from 19th to 20th, but he's back there somewhere. Jeff Hartline in the 97 running in 21st. Chris, the 17 of Brian Dees in 22nd. Chris Williams in the 7. He's been pretty quiet here tonight in that lime green monster machine. It looks good out there. Sitting in 23rd. Now 22nd. Now somewhere. Patrick A. He's in 23rd. Okie really slow.
Noah Van Hood in the 01 running in 23rd. 13 of David Bennett running 24th. Nick Okie back up to speed running in 25th spot. Deshaun Gorham running in 26th position in his number 40. Hayden Wheeler on pit road. Corey Rutherford running his 55 in 28th position. Ryan Wash 1 lap down, but still running 29th position. Corey Rutherford and Hayden Wheeler also being scored 1 lap down. Back up front, it's Taylor the Butcher Benjamin leading the way as he has for 31, make it 32 laps as he crosses the start-finish line.
Now, Chris, so these guys are on lap number 44, 161 here tonight. We tried to pick 2 drivers there at the beginning of the broadcast. I just want to say Marquis Smith doing a good job so far in that 21 machine. He was my pick. Sitting there in second now. I know, of course, the last couple of races he's got DNF, so he's not looking for number 3 tonight here at Las Vegas, but right now doing a heck of a job out there. And the guy that you picked, the 92, Blake Decker, doing a heck of a job there just outside the top 5 in 6th position.
Hey, he's running the Mark Arthur chassis number 92 tonight, Rick. Little inside joke there, because technically all these drivers are running the Mark Arthur chassis.
Exactly.
This is a fixed setup league with a slight modification. Mark Arthur goes in and modifies the setup just a little bit to make it a little bit more drivable, and I think the results speak for themselves. Very good race cars. Usually the true fixed set is a little on the tight side. These guys definitely seem to be running very well here tonight. It'd be interesting to hear how they think that this setup is too tight, too loose, or just right. I know one guy that really is liking it right now, Rick, and that's the Butcher, because he has led 35 laps here so far, and we've got our first stage coming right up.
We do, and right now, like you said, Chris, the Butcher doing everything he can, man. He's got everybody on the chopping block here tonight. He's doing a great job out there, having a real good race here in Las Vegas.
We'll stay with the race leader As the next time by, yellow should fly. Now these guys do it at the end of the lap. So we're on working lap number 48 at the end of this. The yellow flag should come out. Taylor the Butcher Benjamin has a slight lead over Marquis Smith, but it probably will be enough. 0.3 of a second. I don't see Marquis getting there.
You know, after the last couple of races, Chris, I think he's going to be happy getting those stage points there for coming into second place. Taylor the Butcher Benjamin takes over stage number 1. I believe we're just waiting for that yellow flag to come out.
It's still green. And the Butcher, I think, was thinking the same thing as we are. There it is.
There it is.
A little slow on that caution. And I'm going to go ahead and guess that the Butcher is a stage 1 winner until I hear otherwise. That's where we're going with. Stage 1 winner going to Taylor the Butcher Benjamin. Although an odd set of circumstances, the yellow flag a little bit slow to come out, as some of those other drivers were able to come on around. Now the Butcher comes down pit road. I don't even know if it was closed at that point. So, oh boy, gonna have to figure that out too. Waiting for race control to get back to us and verify what we think is happening. Tell you what, while we figure that out, guys, we're gonna stop for just a moment. We're gonna go ahead and hit a commercial from a race sponsor, trjkarting.com. We are back live, and it is just now confirmed the 10 is definitely a stage 1 winner. Rick, we have just a moment to get him up here and talk to him if we can. Taylor the Butcher Benjamin, stage 1 race winner. The 10 looking really good out there, Taylor. Man, what was going on there? A little confusion, it looks like.
Yeah, well, pretty much basically the timing of that first caution, we were off right on the edge of the fuel window, and apparently Mark's software kind of had a little malfunction, so we ended up, I mean, we were all going to run out of gas anyway, but the caution came out a little later than it was supposed to. But I don't know. It was just kind of nature of circumstances. Just kind of wish that caution before came out a lap or two later, and we might not have been in this predicament. But I mean, I feel pretty good out front. Just the problem is I lost a lot of track position in that sequence, and looks like clean air is pretty important. Like when I was behind Wash before he had his problem, I mean, I couldn't pass him. And Marquise got up to my back bumper and he couldn't really pass me. So it seemed like track position's really critical. And now that I've lost on mine, I got to fight like heck to try to get it back.
Yeah, for sure, man. And it's going to be a hell of a battle for you to get back up towards the front. Well, congratulations for winning stage number 1. Good to see you back out there after missing last week. But so far, the 10 looking very dominant here tonight. You've led 37 laps so far.
Yeah, thank you, Chris and Rick. Hope that I can make my way up towards the front again and put on a good show for you guys.
All right, bud. Good luck the rest of the way. It's the driver number 10, Taylor the Butcher Benjamin, trying to get it back under control here. Is right now being scored in 20th position, man, and that is going to be tough. Up front, though, Rick, it's last week's winner versus race number 1's winner, as you've got Dalton Kilroe, Jamie Walker taking up the front of the field. Pace car lights are off, and we're getting ready to go back under the green flag.
This is going to be good, Chris, because we know Jamie Walker been working his way up through that field. Man, now he's leading this thing, but Dalton Kilroe, look at that restart that Kilroe gets. Dalton Kilroe, boom, he's like, okay, I got Jamie there next to me. I got to go. The Shermanator's there. Paulson. Adrian.
Great start to this one. Corey Sherman under attack already, though, because Derek Paulson maybe looking to the inside. Rick, the 6, trying to get around the 3 of Corey Sherman. Here comes Paulson to the inside. Marquis Smith trying to work with Paulson to get around Corey Sherman in the 3. And across the start-finish line they go. Paulson takes position. Corey Sherman stuck to the outside.
Yeah, because right now he's got a little bit of pressure there on the inside from the 21, Marquis Smith. He wants to get back up there, man. He's trying to get up there. The Shermanator stuck still on that outside up against that wall. Chris doing everything that he possibly can to get his race car where he needs it. And the 21, Marquis Smith, makes the pass on the Shermanator and that number 3 machine. But look at this, the 88 looking on the inside of Dalton Kilroe. Not going to be able to do it this time, but man, Jamie Walker, he is on a tear.
Well, remember, Rick, what we just heard from the Butcher. He says, man, it is so hard to pass if you're the leader. It's really hard to get around that race leader. And right now, Jamie Walker trying to figure out how to do it. Dalton Kilroe up front and looking good in that 41. Let's see if Jamie Walker is able to break that wind barrier and figure out a way to get around the race leader.
And right now, tonight's pole winner, Chris, we just talked to him, the Butcher, Taylor the Butcher Benjamin, and that number 10, Dr. Squatch Racing Machine, doing everything that he possibly can. Started here first. Had a little bit of an issue there during the first stage caution. Ran out of fuel, restarted back in 24th, but now he's sitting in 20th position right now. Battling it out with Corey Rutherford. Rutherford's up high on that outside lane. That leaves the inside lane for the Butcher. He can't get there, though.
Yeah, well, he was saying how hard it is to pass here, and look at this. I mean, the Butcher has led 37 laps here tonight. Right now, marred back in 20th spot, Rick, and he has not been able to get going.
No, he's got a gaggle of cars there in front of him, Chris. Look at them all. Aaron Backover, Blake Decker, Okie, Noah Van Hoot.
Yeah, Corey Blevins, Patrick, the list keeps going.
It does. Man, these guys putting up some good racing back here. Right now, back up front, Chris just checking it out. Dalton Kilroe still leading the 88 here in the field at Las Vegas. So far, Dalton Kilroe has led 9 laps here tonight. Walker 1. Ryan Wash 11 before his blinking issues. And the Butcher 37. So these guys definitely pouring it on. I bet you Dalton's happy and nervous all at the same time right now. Last week's winner there at Daytona. trying to bring that momentum here to Las Vegas, hoping Lady Luck is on his side, but right now on his rear, 88 Jamie Walker.
Gonna take a look out of the front windshield of Jamie Walker and to see how he is trying to follow Dalton Kilrow in the 41 just ahead of him. A little sideways there out of the 41. Able to hold on, goes down below the apron, tries to get that speed. Sneaks back out in front. That's a fairly, I mean, it's a common move, but it can be dangerous if you're not paying attention to what you're doing. And look at the speed he does get. He's able to pull away from Jamie just a little bit here, going down the backstretch.
Well, let me tell you, Walker, he's in his element right now, Chris. I mean, he already battled it up from 24 or 23rd position, worked his way up through the field, making calculations all the way. Now he's in second, trying to find a way around Kilrow. And that GoDaddy's definitely going.
It's amazing how much time these engines are spending in the red on that RPM gauge. They are definitely moving tonight. Derek Paulson, speaking of moving, in third spot. Marquis Smith sits in fourth. Corey Shermanator Sherman sitting in fifth spot. Adrian Pedra has climbed himself up to sixth position. A good run out of Pedra, who is another one of those drivers who just hasn't had any luck so far this season. And then right behind him, Rick, check it out. It's the 86 of Terry Foster with a top 10 run going so far, running in seventh position.
Week after week after week. Now, we know that Terry Foster used the offseason to get a lot of practice in, Chris, and it's definitely showing this season so far. He's been having some good runs during the first two races, and he's doing it again here tonight in Las Vegas as he's sitting seventh. Jason Powell in that 18 machine, he's right behind him in eighth position. Chris Williams moved that number 7 Monster Energy car up into ninth position, doing a fabulous job right behind him, rounding out that top 10 to 17. Brian Dees.
The Brutal Business Inc. Brian Dees. There's your plug, Serby.
Listen, I mean, you know, Chris and I are already watching Serby's Twitch stream, but if you go to twitch.tv/Serby, SERBIE, you can watch there, and he's got some merch for sale, Chris. And you know me in merch. I mean, I couldn't buy another hat, although just so you know, we cleaned up a couple rooms today, and I threw about 15 hats away, so I can buy 15 more. But those shirts, man, they are nice.
Good stuff. Actually, I did like that shirt you wore it over to the house last night. It was pretty cool looking.
And just so Tim knows, I mean, we you know, a lot of people don't know, we made some soap yesterday, some cold pressed soap, so we're trying to get into that, having a little bit of fun. But you know, I wore my Serby shirt, and you had a bunch of cold Miller Lights, and they were good, nice and cold. And Chris takes off his sweatshirt, and Tim, you're gonna be happy to know that he was wearing a Barney shirt. Oh yeah.
Yep. That was a fake one, everybody. I want to thank everybody for coming out to the Turn 3 Racing Network. You're watching the TRJkarting.com Blazing Pedals K&N series right here on the Turn 3 Racing Network, and it's been a good one here so far. Your current race leader, last week's winner, the 41 of Dalton Kilrow. Behind him, race number 1 winner, the 88 of Jamie Walker. But Rick, that's not the story to tell. The story to tell right now, the guy who has led the most laps so far, 37 of them to be exact, Taylor the Butcher Benjamin, who restarted this one in 20th spot, having no love back there, right now running in 21st position.
Oh, Ian Habia going down there mowing the grass a little bit, but he's okay there in that 16 machine. But you're right, the Butcher trying to work his way around. He's got Jeff Price in that 14 machine in his crosshairs, trying to figure out what he has to do. We'll see if the Butcher can get down on that low line right now. He's kind of riding kind of in the middle of the track, Chris, trying to figure out what he has to do to get around that number 14 Mobile One Pontiac.
Rick, with all of these cars around the 16, it may be a pretty darn...
Chris Williams went for a ride. What a good job saving it, though. Keep these guys under green.
And the car doesn't look all that beat up. Looks like he's going to come right back out on track. So Chris Williams with a little bit of a heart grab there. But he is coming back up to speed. And Rick, what I was saying was Ian Haviuk being surrounded by a bunch of cars, it might be a good time to go in and maybe just take a listen in on what's going on with the 16 machine.
One outside. Outside. Outside on your door. Outside on your door. They're behind them. They're behind. Yeah, he's pitching down. I think it was Taylor that... Or no, it wasn't Taylor. There's someone. Pushed him up on the way anyway. So you got the number one outside, one lane up. They're behind him. Clear behind. Right, you're clear to the wall, clear all around. You got 4 cars back. Single file behind you. Yeah, hugging that bottom around 3 and 4 is your faster way around 3 and 4. You're making up a lot of time there. Turn 1 and 2, you got, yep, there you go. Perfect. Just don't overdrive. Don't burn the right front off of it. You got about 8 or 9 more laps until we put the fuel. Right there up top. You're clear up top. Clear up top. Okay, just hug the bottom. Outside on your door. On your right front, on your door, outside, outside, on your door, outside, on your door, on your bumper. You're clear to the top, clear to the top. There you go, clear to the top. There you go. Alright, you made a pass, 2x2, 6 back. Single file, then 2x2 behind him. Single file, 6 back. 2x2, 4 by him, no pressure from the rear. Yeah, watching the leaders' lines, that's what they're doing right in 3 and 4. They're having to gradually move up as the tires start to go away. But staying at 3 or 4, just hugging that bottom all the way around, just working the throttle, but staying on that white line is going to be your fastest way around. Yeah, that looks very good coming out turn 2.
Yeah, I just need to pick up the throttle.
Yeah.
Pretty cool stuff coming out of race comms between Tim and Ian Habiak, driver of the number 16. And Ian very good at listening to what his father's trying to tell him. And it's making a difference out on track. Ian Habiak right now running in 13th position.
And, you know, having a live spotter, Chris, we talk about this often, but it is leaps and bounds over anything that you can possibly have there in iRacing. Number one, it puts somebody who you're familiar with, their voice in your ear to try to keep you calm, let you know what's going on around you. That's something that you don't get using like Crew Chief or even the in-game spotter. You know, they will tell you if there's a car that's slow or on your inside outside, but having that live voice, knowing what's going on, that live person that's sitting there, you know, letting you know what's going on around you, it's huge.
Yeah, it really is, Rick. And something else that's huge, if you look at the scoring, in 25th position, 1 lap down, Jamie Walker, who was running in 2nd spot, decided to come down pit road a little bit early, maybe trying to set him up, himself up, rather, for the last stage. Jamie Walker decides to come down pit road a little bit early.
You know, that might have been a smart move, Chris, because as we heard from the Butcher, you know, ran out of gas there when that stage came out. Now, we know the stage came out a little bit late, but it wasn't enough really to, you would think, but, you know, something these guys are definitely thinking about keeping in the back of their mind a little bit. They want to set themselves up for stage 2, make sure they have enough gas to go all the way. So Van Hoop's also coming down there, sitting there in 24th position in that 01.
Well, Rick, remember, in that first stage, there was a caution, and there was a bunch of drivers that ran out of fuel at the end. So they have to come down pit road. And to be one of the first drivers to do so, lets you take advantage of those fresh tires. Really not a bad move out of Walker.
Now we're starting to see drivers filter through, Chris. Right now, Terry Foster out there, Noah Van Hoot, he's all done, so he's getting ready to go back out on the racing surface.
Meanwhile, the 41 of Dalton Kilroe enjoying that fresh air that comes from being the leader. He's led 29 laps here so far tonight, and Kilroe looking really good, coming off from a win last week. Is he going to try and make it 2 in a row?
I mean, we're looking for that first, winner that has already won. And right now it's only up to Dalton and Jamie. Right now Dalton's in the place to do it as he's working on the 71 of Andrew Beach. That AC Delco machine looking pretty good out there on track tonight. Andrew Beach sitting in 17th position, the first car 1 lap down. The Shermanator, he comes down for his service. He's getting ready to head back out.
So fuel strategy, race strategy, all starting to play out here in the middle of stage number 2. As we still have about 17 laps to go before the caution scheduled to come out to end stage 2. And Dalton Kilroe leading the way. Derek Paulson in second. Marquis Smith in the 21 in third spot. Jason Powell sitting in 4th position in his number 18 with Adrian Pedra sitting in 5th spot. I believe the 21 of Marquis Smith and the 78 Adrian Pedra are part of MT2 Racing. Blake Decker has moved himself all the way up to 6th spot, so a good run this stage out of Blake Decker, who was running back near the 20th position, all the way up to 6th spot. The 92 really has got this figured out, but he's getting ready to come down pit road.
Yeah, and I bet you he's talking to his teammate over there at Lost Cause Racing, Dalton Kilroe. He's like, Dalton, I know you're leading, bud, but you might want to think about coming down pit road.
Dalton's just out there all by himself going, hey, I'm the race leader. I'm having a lot of fun, and I'm going to give it up because I'm coming down pit road.
It looks like that's going to give the lead over to the number 1, Ty Morosco. Unless Morosco decides to come down pit road also. Nope, he's going by 3. He's like, hey, I'm going to lead a lap.
And not a bad call. To try and lead a lap here. Las Vegas International Speedway. Track temperature, Rick, down to 91 degrees, so it's fallen a couple since the start of this race. Still pretty warm out there, though. Ty Morosco surrenders the race lead. Comes down pit road before having a chance to lead one. And if it cycles back correctly, Dalton Kilroe should. Ooh.
He should have, but
He
the
should
88
have.
GoDaddy machine was right there behind
Wow.
him. Going, okay.
Wow. So that earlier pit stop making the difference for the 88 machine. And Jamie Walker takes over the race lead. Pit strategy working out for the GoDaddy's number 88 here tonight. Corey Rutherford right in front of the race leader, and the 88 drops down below. Trying to get around him. And the 55 goes way up top, trying to stay out of the way of the race leaders, Jamie Walker and Dalton Kilroe, as they go by the start-finish line one more time, making it 76 laps to go of this event.
These laps definitely ticking down pretty quick, Chris. They're doing what they have to do. We're getting close to the end of stage number 2, and that just leaves one more stage to go, and it's going to take us right to the checkered flag.
Well, so far tonight, we've only had 2 cautions for 5 laps. One of those cautions was for a stage-ending flag. So one because of an incident on the track, But look at that.
Number
This is the big one
39.
here. 6 lead changes, Rick.
That is huge. That is huge, Chris. Right now, so far, the Butcher has led the most with 37 here tonight. Kilrow is coming in a close second with 34. Ryan Wash with 11. Jamie Walker right now, so far, 3. Gonna make it 4 here pretty soon. And then the final person, Ty Morosco, has led 1 lap.
So the 41 starting to lose a little ground to the 88 of Jamie Walker. Walker has that race lead over Dalton Kilrow. In 3rd spot, it's Derek Polson, and he's got nobody around him. Further back, it's the 21 of Marquis Smith. Jason Powell in 5th spot, and his number 18. A good job for Powell running all the way up to 5th spot here so far tonight.
Powell's another one of those drivers, Chris, hasn't had the greatest luck so far this season, but he's doing it here tonight. Got to be happy sitting there in that top 5 position.
Next time by, we're going to be working lap number 90 in the 88, trying to hold on to try and win stage number 2, Rick. This is going to be a big one for him, if he can do it. Stage 2, guys, going to end on lap number 96, as you can see at the bottom of your screen. So at the end of lap 96, caution should fly. And we're going to regroup this whole field back together again and let them run it to the end. Jamie Walker out front, Dalton Kilrow, Derek Polson your top 3, Marquis Smith getting around Rutherford now, the 21 in 4th position. Philip, thank you, buddy. I appreciate it. Thank you very, very much. We really do appreciate that. Jason Powell sitting in 5th spot. Then it's Corey Sherman in the 3. He's got a nice 6th place run going so far. Adrian Pedra in the 78 running in 7th spot. Corey Blevins in the 24 running in 8th position with Aaron Bockover in 9th. Kyle Wellman in the 42 rounds out the top 10. And these guys have been battling all night long. Very low caution count. We may have gotten those off-season rust penetrated now, as these guys really looking good out there tonight.
And I mean, it wasn't only due to the long off season that these guys have, Chris. I mean, if you remember last season, we were driving these things, driving trucks around, and to hop back into the K&N car, for a lot of drivers, it might have been a little tough, but man, I think you're right. I think that penetrating oil has finally hit, and these guys are running on all cylinders right to the floor.
Oh, definitely down to the floor, especially right now because they're all on pretty fresh tires, Rick. And that makes all the difference here at Las Vegas. Tires are definitely something that we're going to be talking about there in stage number 3, as Jamie Walker crosses the start-finish line one more time to start lap number 94, stage 2 coming to an end. Checking in on Taylor the Butcher Benjamin, the Butcher, who's led more laps here than anybody else tonight. At one point was down to 21st position. He has made his way back up, Rick, to 15th after that round of caution, or excuse me, a round of pit stops. No caution there. So the 10 still trying to struggle and find his way back up to the top. You know that he wants to get himself that caution for the stage and get these guys all grouped back together so that he has a shot to get back up front. The Butcher doing a great job here, being patient, Rick. And that's the biggest thing of all. You got to be patient.
Well, that's it, man. I mean, that is the key to any race, but really here at Las Vegas, and it's working out for him. I mean, he talked about how hard it was to pass here. Well, he's passed a few cars. He's up there in the top 15. Like you said, that caution's going to come out, give these guys a break. They're going to come down, get fresh tires and fuel. Get all close up again, and then the Butcher's going to be making some moves then.
These guys are doing an absolute great job, and we're working on the backstretch now for the final time of this stage. Jamie Walker, your race leader. Dalton Kilrow in second spot. Kilrow trying to close the gap, can't quite get there as he's about a half a second behind. We'll call it 5 car lengths as Jamie Walker now working that front stretch, goes down low, and the yellow should come out this time by.
And there it is.
There it is. Stage 2 winner, Jamie Walker in the 88. We're going to be right back. We'll get a chance to talk to Jamie Walker right after a message from our sponsor, trjkarting.com. We're back live, and unfortunately, it seems that Jamie Walker having communications issues. It looks like maybe the antenna has dropped off the top of that 88 machine, but nonetheless, he is the stage 2 winner here tonight, Rick.
He is, and I was actually listening into race control there when they were talking about that, and of course, we had Mark. He was asking, he's like, let's do an interview here real quick, and then they had just asked, how does it feel to win? He goes, cars are feeling good. So typical Jamie Walker fashion, a man of few words.
Few words.
The cars are good. Right now, the GoDaddy machine out there, he's having fun, man.
Yes, he is. You know who else is having fun right now, Rick? I'm gonna tell you, it's us. I'm having an absolute blast calling this race, man. And so is Dalton Kilrow, because Kilrow is up front again in that number 41. He's going to have Aaron Bach over to his outside. Walker going to have to restart in third spot. Derek Paulson, Brian Wash rounding out the top 5. Man, it took Brian a long time to kind of come back from those blinking issues, Rick, but he has finally figured out a way to do it.
Yeah, that's what it's all about, man. And he didn't give up, and he had really hard luck there. We're leading the race, big blank. He lost a bunch. Had to come down pit road. It got so bad. Now he's back up there in the top 5.
This has been a really exciting race. I'm even getting messages in. Some of our fellow broadcasters here on the Turn 3 Racing Network, Rick, checking it out, and they saw the Turn It Up. Got some juices flowing is what I hear.
Mark, I don't think I'm allowed to say that word on the live air. Maybe, maybe not. Yeah, we're always listening into race control. Those guys having a good time over there. Sometimes I even mute Chris when he's talking too much and I'm trying to listen to something interesting.
Oh, way to go. Here I am talking to you. Might as well be talking to the wall. It's like talking to one of my kids.
Huh?
Yeah. Again, I want to thank everybody for coming on out to the Turn 3 Racing Network. You're watching the TRJkarting.com Blazing Pedals K&N Series as we get set to kick off stage number 3 here tonight. And man, have we had some leaders of this one, and big names too, Rick. We've had Kilrow, the Butcher Benjamin, Walker, Wash, Ty Morosco sneaks in a lap. I mean, just great stuff here tonight.
And it's just been amazing too. I mean, these guys doing what they have to do. Now it's going to get real interesting because it's going to give Kilrow a chance to get a really good restart. Aaron Bockover is really going to watch that. Bockover doing a good job there in the old Budweiser number 44. He's got Jamie Walker, Marky Smith right behind him, but the pace car's out, green flag's out. And look at Dalton Kilrow go.
Great restart in the 44, trying to battle for second spot as Dalton Kilrow just says goodbye to the field. Here comes Derek Polson taking over second. Jamie Walker to the outside. Walker takes over third. Aaron Bockover going the wrong way on track. They're 3 wide for fourth spot. Jason Powell and Marquis Smith split the difference on Aaron Bockover, and it's still a battle for fourth as this race has just lit up here, Rick.
Well, I mean, the stages are over now. Now it's time to go, man. Lap 103 of 161. There's only 59 laps left to go.
Good stuff. His top 3 cars have kind of broken off on their own. And Derek Polson may be going for the lead here. Polson has not had a lead yet. Right now to the inside of Dalton Kilrow, the 6 machine. Trying to beat him to the line. Can't quite do it this time by the 41. Holds on. Now the 6 to the inside. The 88 tries to figure out which one he wants to follow. The 41 of Kilrow on the outside trying to fight back. Polson moves up just a little bit. Can't get there, and the 41 of Dalton Kilrow hangs on. Wow.
Wow is right, man. Dalton Kilrow trying to do everything that he possibly can, Chris, and now it's really working out for him. These guys are actually out there racing it hard now. Look at the 88 of Jamie Walker moving on the outside. Ooh, Marquis Smith into the wall, Chris.
Marquis Smith into the wall, comes back off. Nobody making contact. We stay under green, but a lot of drivers doing some very quick shuffling of the steering wheel, trying to stay out of that one. Meanwhile, up front, Jamie Walker able to get around Derek Polson. Walker takes over second spot. It's Kilrow, Walker, and Polson, your top 3. Jason Powell in the hunt as he is looking to the inside. Can't quite get there for third spot. Powell sitting in fourth in his number 18.
And Powell's looking to do everything that he possibly can to try to get around Paulson. Now, there's 2 drivers that really like that, Chris. It's the 41 and the 88. Race it out, boys. We'll just pull away. But right now, there's a little bit of gap between the 6 and the 18. The 88 and the 6, and now the 41 and the 88. Those guys just gapping it out a little bit, making some room. Wow.
Good racing to start off stage number 3 and final stage of the night, Rick, because, man, I don't know what happened to the 44. I don't know if he decided just to stay out on old tires or what, but my goodness, he went back quick, fast, and in a hurry, and it almost caused a problem. These guys able to get around, and good driving all the way through the field as the 44 of Aaron Bockover all the way back to 14th spot now. And again, just great driving by these guys, as that could have been a caution in the making, but no, they kept it green all the way, even with the 21 of Marquis Smith touching into the wall a little bit. again, good driving from those behind him, realizing what happened and getting out of the way, giving him enough time, Rick, to gather up that 21 and get it rolling once again.
Exactly. Now the good news on the 21, Chris, he is still out there. I mean, the car's a little bit banged up there on the right-hand side, but Marquis Smith working his way back up. He fell down to about 17th position. Actually, maybe even a little further than that, but right now he's actually battling it out, looking on the inside of the 44 of Aaron Bockover. Gets around Bockover without problem. Now, I'm definitely thinking that Aaron Bockover maybe kept some old tires on that thing.
I don't know what's going on. It looks
Further
like...
caution.
Oh, yeah.
Might have
Oh,
been
boy.
the 80. Oh, no.
Yeah, it looks like it might have been Terry Foster. We're going to go
no.
back and find out what happened.
I know what's going to be happening. I got to buff that paint out now.
Ooh, Terry Foster, driver of the number 86, and that machine was looking pretty good. Maybe a little right front damage, but otherwise decent. Terry's been having a pretty good run here tonight. He was poor Terry. I don't know what to say. You know, he's been racing so well as of late. I hate to see this happen to him.
You have to say, right, Chris? Now there was another driver involved with that also, the 92.
Gets into the wall and then comes down off the wall and into the 92, Rick. You're absolutely right. Oh boy, let's listen in and see what Race Control has to say.
Yeah, and if Chris and Rick's listening, thanks for everything you do. And Terry Foster dared us to say,
I'm sure he did.
He did. It's Pip. All right, guys, that one was on the 86. Come off the corner, got into the wall, pulled it off the wall, got it in 92, spinning him around. That's going to be on the 86, and that's an EOL first strike.
Well, I hate to see that to Terry Foster, but an EOL going to the 86, first strike. And, man, that's going to change everything once again here, Rick, as a lot of drivers deciding, let's hit the pit stop one more time.
Well, you know what, Chris? I think that's smart on the drivers that are coming down doing the pit stop. They know they can't make it the whole way, so they're going to want to come down. They're going to want to get fresh tires, maybe get some fuel, or maybe just get fuel and just say, heck with it. Let's try what Aaron Bockover did, see what we can do with it. But I know a lot of drivers coming down, and you're right. You know, Terry, listen, brush it off, man. You can't have good races every week and get back out there and do what you got to do, sitting there in 21st position. Mark, I also want to say thank you to you, Tim, Sam, and all the drivers, man. I mean, we're definitely part of the Blazing Pedals family. We love it here, Chris. We're having a good time here tonight, and we couldn't do it without you guys at all.
Absolutely. The only thing that could make it better, Rick, I haven't had a beer all night long.
Well, you know, listening into Race Control, I think I know at least a person who may have had enough for both of us.
It happens. It happens. I do want to say thank you to Mark and Sam and Tim and everybody else that makes this league possible week after week. It's a hell of a lot of fun, guys, and we can't thank you enough.
And we can have beer next weekend. I mean, you know, it is a work night, but you know.
Yeah, that's true.
Wouldn't be the first time, nor will it be the last. But this is going to be huge for Dalton Kilroe, Chris. We saw him on that last restart get a really good jump on the field, but now he's got the number 6 of Derek Paulson, the Dr. Squatch Chris IPA machine, right there on his outside. And Paulson, he's no stranger to restarts, man.
No, he's not. And I'm looking at the 18 now. Jason Powell having a hellaciously good night here, running in 3rd spot. That 18 looking really good here tonight, Rick, and I want to see what he can do up front. Adrian Pedra going to be starting on his outside in the 78. Corey Blevins in the 24, rounding out the top 5. Then it's going to be Ty Morosco, Jamie Walker, Corey Sherman, Taylor the Butcher Benjamin, and Jeff Price rounding out the top 10. And Price is getting there kind of quiet tonight, that 14, but he is definitely running well, sitting in the top 10 again. Pace car lights are off, Rick, and we're getting ready to go back to the green flag, brother.
And that we are. I'm reading the hood there on the number 18 machine, man. That's some powerful stuff that he has on there. And it's working out for him, man. Jason Powell having an outstanding night here tonight. Tom Sporty, 1 through 4. The lights are now off on the pace cars. They head down through. We're going to be getting ready to go green. They're heading into turn number 3 right now. And it's going to be turn 4. That pace car is going to take that sharp left-hand turn down pit road. And then these guys are going to let horses fly here in the K&N cars. This is Chris and Rick from the Turn 3 Racing Network. Live from Las Vegas with the Blazing Pedals TRJkarting.com K&N series. The pace car is now off. Chris Colin Kilrow on the outside gets a really good restart once again. Derek Paulson wasn't really caught sleeping, so he kind of takes off, but just a little bit of a gap between the 41 Dalton Kilrow pouring it on here in the restarts here tonight.
Derek Paulson able to hold on to second, but look out because third spot belongs to Adrian Pedra. Pedra's been pretty quiet here tonight, Rick, but the 78 late in this one starting to turn it on. Jason Powell slides back to fourth, and he's got Corey Blevins on the inside, the 24 trying to get it done. And behind them, it's Jamie Walker in the 88, Ty Morosco in the 1, and Taylor the Butcher Benjamin in the 10. The Butcher running an 8th spot. Corey Sherman behind him. Jeff Price looking to change that story just a little bit as the 14 on the inside trying to get around Sherman, not able to do it that time by. Top 10, 11 cars starting to go nose to tail here at Las Vegas. The 1 of Ty Morosco a little higher up on the track than I would expect, but maybe he saw something and he wanted to try and see if it would work.
Absolutely right, Chris. Now here we are on lap 115 and 161. There's something that I noticed. The sun has kind of gone behind the clouds again. That track temperature dropped huge. It is now 87, now 88 degrees Fahrenheit. That air temperature holding steady at 81. So that's a big change there for the drivers also.
Hammered in hiccups. Yes. I'm sure I'll live that down at some point. Right now, though, Dalton Kilrow. Thanks, Rick.
We won't let you.
Yeah. Oh, actually, we've got a battle for third spot. The 18 of Jason Powell working the inside of Pedra. And he had a good run there, just not able to do it. So he falls back in line. And the 24, Corey Blevins says, I'll show you how to work that inside lane.
I was going to say Blevins, man. He's like, hey, here, let me show you what it's done. But, man, 18, Powell working very hard on the outside, Chris, to try to take it away. But right now the 24, as they come down towards the line, the 24 has it. And look right behind the 18 there. Look who that is. The 88 GoDaddy machine of Jamie Walker. Jamie Walker looking on the inside. The 18. Oh, there we go.
Little blink.
Had a little bit of a blink there.
Yeah.
The 24, Blevins hanging on, doing what he has to do. The 18 on the outside of the 88. The 88 working that inside lane, Chris. They're nose to nose there coming down through.
Side by side action going into turn number 1. It's Walker to the inside. Jason Powell on the outside. Powell using that momentum to stay up front. And look, man, that's great.
It is great. I know you want to keep going, but look who's behind Walker, Chris. The Butcher and that number 10 machine worked his way up through the field once again. He's in 7th position and the caution's out.
Caution on the field, and it looks like it may be the 7 of Williams. Heavy damage to the front end. We'll go back and figure out what happened. As we have the 7 kind of by himself right now. The 81 right there. Oh, the 7 gets into the wall. Ooh. And comes down and hits the 71 as well. That's the second time we've seen that, Rick, where a car comes through. Oh, another vicious hit there. And the 7 goes down hard. My goodness. Caution back out on the field. We're going to go listen in and see what the admins have to say about this one. And that's from race control, Rick. So yeah, they know what's going on there.
Well, that's a tough place to be at too, Chris. I mean, we heard Sam Baumgarten, directing the drivers. If you get up into the wall, try not to jerk a left, but it's kind of instinct, you know what I mean? But he's right.
All right, working caution number 5 on the night for 14 laps. 2 of those were for stages. We've had 7 different lead changes so far tonight. We've had
Which
5
has just been
different
amazing.
leaders. Yeah. So
Look at Kilrow.
Kilrow up front. Adrian Pedra going to be starting on his inside. Kilrow opts to the outside. Then you've got the 24 of Corey Blevins, Jason Powell in the 18, running in 4 spot. Jamie Walker will be inside row number 3 with Corey Sherman to his outside in 6 spot. This has been a heck of a race here tonight, and we've got 41 laps to go. 40 when they cross the line. Make it 39 when we go back to green, I believe. Aerial camera coverage provided by TRJkarting.com. TRJkarting.com is your #1 online source for karting components, engines, and safety gear. They have a huge selection for the novice to the professional and a dedicated section for sim racers. No matter how you do it, your desire and passion to go fast fuels them, and their focus is to put their customers into victory lane. TRJkarting.com. Tim Habiuk, tell him we said hi when you stop over that website. Order up a couple of things. Go ahead and do it. Good pricing, fast shipping, and sometimes you get a free box cutter, Rick.
And it's not just any box cutter, it's a Uline box cutter. And I do have one. And I do love it.
I know you do. You brought it to work with you one time. That was pretty cool.
I did. And then I came home and it got put right back on my desk where it belongs. Now, folks, obviously we want you to head on over to trjkarting.com. Chris has been putting the links up. Chris, thank you. I'm a little slow there tonight, but also if you guys look in the description of the video, it is there also. Of course, Blazing Pedals Facebook page is there. And if you haven't yet, and I'm going to post this. I'm going to post it right there. It goes. Make sure you head on over to trjkarting.com's Facebook page. I just posted a link there in chat, man. You can see all the cool things and all the awesome stuff that Tim and the Habiucks do for all those young racers out there across America. It is just amazing.
It absolutely is. It's a lot of fun, Rick, and we're getting ready to go back under the green flag one more time because the pace car lights are off and we're coming out of turn number 4. So it won't be long now before it drops down to pit road to send these things flying once again. Pace car on pit road, the 41 of Dalton Kilrow getting ready to hit that go fast pedal. The 78 of Adrian Pedra trying to hold on. And here we go under the green flag one more time from Las Vegas.
You know what I find interesting there, Chris, is Dalton Kilrow pulls away from the field once again. This time he decided to stay on the inside lane. We've been seeing him go to the outside, and he gets a really good jump there. But I think he's just trying to mix it up right now. But it worked there because he got past Adrian Pedra. And now Corey Blevins, that 24, taking over second position. In third place, the 88, Jamie Walker.
Oh, we got one going around. Got one going around towards the back, Rick.
Uh-oh.
It's the 55, Corey Rutherford. So Rutherford bringing out caution once again here. We're going to go back and take a peek. These guys were just getting going. And the 92 works the middle. The 92 gets into the 42. And that's what started it all up. Terry Foster going for a ride again as they are under caution one more time. We're going to have to bring it to race control to find out what happened there.
ISM, a place like that.
So it would have been on Kyle Wellman in the 42. Wellman disconnects himself from the race server, and we go on. And that's a shame. That's not what you want to see. And again, Terry Foster wrapped up in that one. A big roll for that number 86 machine.
Yeah, I'm kind of waiting to see if Foster's going to have to go into the infield care center for that one, Chris. It was amazing. I know he's in VR, so that must have been a heck of a ride because he was barrel rolling, and then he got into the little gravel area there on the outside of the inside wall and did a little dirt racing to get back out on track to pit road.
Absolutely, Rick. We're going to step side by side. Oh, shoot. Did I? I might have.
What'd you do?
Sam thinks he had him muted. I may have. That would have been weird, though. It's not really set up to do that. But anyways, we're going to go side by side, catch up on a commercial one more time, and we'll be right back. And we cut that short because we are getting ready to go back to the green flag. All right, if I had to mute it, I had to mute it. I just don't know how. But Dalton Kilrow up front takes command of this one once again as we go under the green flag here at Las Vegas. Corey Blevins in second spot, trying to hold on as Adrian Pedro goes side by side, diving into turn number one. The 88 of Jamie Walker sitting in fourth spot, trying to figure out where he wants to go. As the 24, Corey Blevins locks down third spot. The 41 of Dalton Kilrow looking to try and be the first driver this season, Rick, to win 2 races and make it the first driver to do back-to-back. Dalton Kilrow, your race leader, Adrian Pedra, Corey Blevins, Jamie Walker, and Corey Sherman. Your top 5. Sherman doing a good job out there tonight to break into that top 5. And he's been up there quite a bit of the race, but now has kind of solidified that position as he's got the 18 of Jason Powell right behind him. And Dalton Kilrow doing a fantastic job here tonight. Kilrow has led 66 laps of this race so far, 32 laps to go. If you're just turning in, you're watching the Blazing Pedals, trjkarting.com, K&N Series. The race leader, Dalton Kilrow. Very, very entertaining race. You got Chris and Rick up in the booth calling all the action here tonight.
And, you know, one thing that was interesting, Chris, while we went for that little break, I was kind of listening into the Blazing Pedals Discord channel. And Jamie Walker's in there. He's not able to get onto TeamSpeak here tonight, but he was talking and he's like, yeah, guys, I got a new wheel. And, everybody thought that he was running some kind of like super equipment, but he's actually running a G27 with the stock G27 pedals. The only thing that he upgraded was a brake pedal. And he's out there kicking butt.
18 into the wall, and he does exactly what the admins wanted. He keeps it to the right, lets the car settle down a little bit. It's going to cost him some positions, Rick, but we stay under the green flag. So good job out of the 18 of Jason Powell, who got into a little trouble, but able to stop anybody else from getting into that same bit of trouble by keeping the wheel to the right. Good job there. We're having a good time here tonight in Las Vegas. Some high rollers not having the luck that they were trying to have. But Rick, I think before we go too much further, we're going to have to turn it up one more time.
Let's do it.
Oh man, that never gets old. Thank you guys for indulging in my turning it up, because man, I love hearing those cars go. Rick, we've got driver of the number 86 just getting out of the in-car care center, and man, Terry Foster, you had no luck here tonight, brother.
No need to people in the infield.
Well, that last one we saw you take a tumble, making sure you're okay. I know you're in VR. Nothing came up, did it?
No.
Why don't you take me through the night, bud? Because it's been a long one for you.
Oh my lord! I had a strategy going. It was working, because at the towards the end of the last one of the first two stages, I was starting to catch everybody. I was staying high most of the race, just trying to save them tires and make the run for it at the end of the stages, and it was working. But I come off that one turn just too hard and just hit the wall a little bit. Then that hurt my car. Then I hit the wall the second time and took Blake with me. I feel sorry for taking Blake with me. Then this time here, I just had nowhere to go, man. That 55, he was just there, and I had nowhere to go. I looked at the replay. He was doing 92 mile an hour. I was doing 165.
Yeah, it was tough.
There just wasn't nowhere to go. So I am done for the night. I'm going to sit here and watch my teammate, 44, and just watch him go around this track, see what he can do tonight.
What I'm wondering, man, I mean, I know you're in BR, and you went for a heck of a ride into, well, over the inside wall, and then you did a little dirt racing there.
I didn't know how to get out of it. I said, well, I could push the button. I said, that's going to take forever to tow me. And I don't know if anybody knows out here, but towing on this thing takes forever. So I just decided to make a left turn and try to drive it out of there. And I did, but once I got to the track, man, my steering wheel would turn all the way to the right. And once I looked at the ass end of the car, it was all the way to the right. So, yeah, my car is done for the night.
A lot of things happening on track, Rick. I just got to catch everybody up. Pit stops are happening. These are going to be the final pit stops of the night. Right now, Ryan Walsh is the race leader. And that means Dalton Kilroe had to come down pit road. Oh, now, speaking of which, Ryan Walsh also coming down pit road. That's going to surrender the race lead to Jeff Price in the 14. And Terry, I know you're not used to it because you only said one teammate, but man, you're missing out on a couple others tonight, aren't you?
They're out here somewhere. Yeah, no, I'm not sure what place they're running in. Noah and Corey Sherman there.
Yeah, Bockover's in third right now, doing what he has to do. Noah Van Hoot in the 01 making his comeback here to Blazing Pedals. Good to see him out there, man. We got to get him a paint scheme because that black car is just, kind of boring.
You know what's funny? He was talking about that.
Yeah?
He's about changing his paint, yeah.
You tell him to get with me if you need some help, man. But he is in 9th position, but he's coming down pit road right now. And the Shermanator in 19th position right now, just crossed the start-finish line. The Shermanator out there. I got a paint scheme that I got to do for him, too. He can run it if he wants, but he doesn't have to, but I think it'll be fun.
That'd be awesome. I know, I think Sam didn't send you guys something. Something happened because he said, one of the guys said that the paints wasn't showing up on the broadcast.
I'll get with you guys this week there on Discord, and we'll try to figure all that out.
10-4. And again, man, I thank you for all you guys, turn 3, what you guys do for us. And of course, Mark and Sam being up there in the control booth, taking care of things. And Tim, TRJ, man, I can't say enough good things about him for what he does for this league. And, I love doing this with these guys. And if I get a chance to come in here with you guys, I love that too. But not under these circumstances.
Yeah, we'd rather see you out on the track, Terry. And we're going to let you go because we've got, about 15 laps to go until we're done with this one here tonight.
10-4, buddy. Hey, thanks a lot, guys. We'll talk to you later.
All right. Terry Foster, driver of the number 86, having we're going to call it an off night here for the 86 machine. But up front, Rick, right now, because he hasn't come down pit road yet, it's the 16 of Ian Habiak. Is he trying to stretch it out? I don't think he can make it, bud.
He's coming down right now. Yep. I was going to say, we could try to go down into live spotting, but I don't know if we want to give away anything with just a few laps left to go, but we know what he's doing now. He's heading down pit road.
Yeah, it gives the lead on over to the 17 of Brian Dees, the Brutal Business Inc., number 17, looking good out front. And Serby's got to be smiling just a little bit. He's got Trenton Sneed right behind him in the 81.
Seen coming in with a podium there last week in Daytona, doing a good job out there in the 81 Remington machine, Chris. Driver for Pontiac Excitement Racing, along with Andrew Beach in the 71, Jeff Price for the 14. 13 laps left to go. Man, these guys are trying to stretch it out as much as they possibly can.
Looks like Noah's paint is the one that's not working here, as I'm being told. So again, we're going to have to figure that out. No problem. We'll get it straight for next week. Right now, though, Trenton Sneed in the 81 is your race leader. And he has got Andrew Beach in second, Brian Dees in third. And we'll give Derek Paulson fourth. Those four drivers have not come down pit road for their last pit stop yet, though, Rick. With 12 laps to go, this is going to get interesting because these guys are racing all over the place. Oh, the 81 decides he's going to come down pit road.
Along with his teammate there, Andrew Beach in the 71.
Yeah, Brian Dees stays out, and Dees is being scored as the race leader once again. He's got the 88 right behind him of Jamie Walker and the 10 of Taylor the Butcher Benjamin. Those two drivers being scored 7th and 8th right now as they go around the race leader. But right now, Dees up front in the 17 machine. 10 laps to go here from Las Vegas, 15 miles. I want to thank everybody once again for coming out tonight to watch these guys at Blazing Pedals putting on a hell of a show here tonight in the K&N cars. And it has been a good one. Every single lap has been interesting. And right now, Brian Dees, who has not come down for his final pit stop, maybe at this point, Rick, there's nothing left to do but just see if he can hold on. Derek Polson being scored in second spot. Ryan Wash being scored in third. If Wash can finish in the top three, that's going to be a huge bounce back for him in the 68 because he has not had good luck this season. Dalton Kilroe running in fourth spot, just outside of that top five. Just inside of the top five, along with Jamie Walker running fifth spot. So D's still hanging on out there on those old tires and that low fuel cell. Trying to bring this one home to a good finish. Derek Polson has also been out there for 27 laps, so got to keep an eye on him to see if he can make it the rest of the way. Now the 17 peels off. So Dees figures out that he cannot make it on fuel. Has to come down pit road with 8 laps to go. That's going to surrender the race lead to Derek Polson. So that'll be the first time Polson takes the lead here tonight. Oh, a lot of drivers have led here tonight. My goodness.
A lot have now. I mean, our board's starting to fill up there, Chris. I mean, we got Dalton Kilroe so far with the most, 76. The Butcher with 37. Walker and Wash with 14. Ryan Dees have led 6. Habiuk 2. Jeff Price 2. Mr. Sneed 2. Roscoe 1. It's crazy out there.
Yeah, it really is. Polson with 7 laps to go, make it 6. Oh, is he in fuel saving mode? As he just cut the motor right off? Oh my. Gonna go on board with the 6. We're gonna listen to him trying to conserve some fuel. Oh yeah. Let's watch that RPM gauge. He's got about a 9-second lead over Ryan Wash in the 68. I wish we could. Ooh, boy, is he loose too, Rick.
Oh, yeah. Getting a little squirrely.
Back to second spot now, 7.2 seconds as Derek Polson trying everything in his power to try and make that number 6 machine have enough fuel to make it to the end. Can fuel strategy be the way that Derek Polson wins his first race of the season? Polson in the 6 has a 5.6 second lead over Ryan Wash, Dalton Kilroe, and Jamie Walker in the hunt. Listen to that car. He just hits that clutch and stays off from the pedal. Unbelievable. How much fuel he is trying to save. Meanwhile, back on the 68. And the 68 not doing the same thing at all. He is full throttle trying to get there. 3.5 seconds for Ryan Walsh to try and catch Derek Paulson in the 6. This is going to become a fuel strategy race. The 6 with 3 laps to go will make it 2 when he crosses the start finish line. The gap back to second spot, 3.2 seconds. Paulson stays out. My goodness.
Yeah. He stays out, but it's following Ryan Walsh. Now the gap is 2.8, 2.5. It is, oh boy.
It's coming out in chunks now, Rick. 2.3 as Paulson in the middle of 1 and 2. Now going down the backstretch. The 6 machine just has to have enough to stay there. 2.08 seconds is the lead back to Ryan Walsh and the 68. Dalton Kilrow in 3rd spot. Paulson takes the white flag. This time by it's the TRJkarting.com white flag. Will he have enough fuel to make it? He hits the clutch. Tries to get around this big track, this 1.5 mile track. Derek Paulson has a 1.6 second lead. Make it 1-3 now over Ryan Walsh. Walsh not letting up at all, trying to get to the back bumper. Working turns 3 and 4. Derek Paulson may have enough fuel, Rick. Unbelievable job saving it as the 6 gets ready to cross the start finish line as your race winner. Wow.
Let me tell you, Big Daddy Squatch not out here tonight. Brian McCrae missing the race here tonight, but you know he's going to be happy once he sees Dalton Kilrow right up the race recap today. Man, what a good job by Paulson.
Derek Paulson, Ryan Walsh, and Dalton Kilroy, your top 3. And man, Paulson doing it with fuel strategy, especially towards the end, Rick. He had a 9-second lead, turned down into a second, just over a second. At the very end, you see the 88 come up, give him a little side hug. And the 6 car may not have enough fuel to even do a burnout. But man, what a job saving fuel again. That strategy pays off here for Derek Paulson. Great job out of him. Let's see if he's even going to light him up. I think he might be out. And it looks like he is, Rick. So we are going to step away for just 1 minute. Let these guys gather their composure. Then we'll come back for some post-race interviews. You're on Turn 3 Racing Network, and you've just watched the Blazing Pedals K&N Series. We'll be right back.
The most realistic online racing sim ever made. This is iRacing. Detailed laser scan tracks, fully dynamic real world cars, and over 50 series to choose from. 6 online world championships offering over $100,000 in annual prizes. This is the original eSport racing game. This is iRacing.
Unbelievable night, unbelievable finish, and finishing in 3rd position tonight. It's going to be the driver of the number 41, Dalton Kilrow. And Dalton, what a way to back up last week's win than a 3rd place finish here at Las Vegas.
Yeah, I'm kind of disappointed with it. Could have been a little bit higher on the leaderboard, but Derek Paulson made a very, very good fuel strategy play, and I didn't even see it coming. I saw Ryan Walsh beat me out of pit road, and I was like, oh crap, I need to get around him. And I didn't even think somebody was going to try and make it to the end on fuel. So it is what it is. I'll take a 3rd in a clean race. It definitely feels good to at least have beat Jamie when he's still competitive.
Absolutely. Yeah. Anybody on that 41 you need to thank tonight, bud?
Obviously, the Daddy O's Barbershop for what they do here in Daytona. They're all awesome. The guys are yelling at me to pull forward in game. They do amazing things to anybody's hair, mine included. Gotta thank Mark and Sam for doing what they do up there. Live admin in the race, you guys for the broadcast, trjkarting.com for being the best sponsor we've got, or one of the best sponsors we got, excuse me. We also got the Dr. Squatch soap, and yeah, I had a good group around me tonight. Blake Decker, who else was there? Corey Blevins. We had Nick Akier in there, and Ryan was in there with us, but I think he was having some technical difficulties, so unfortunately he had to leave. And God, who else am I forgetting? I know I'm forgetting. Hayden Wheeler. He left really early because of his connection issues as well. So without them, I wouldn't have been able to stay calm for this entire race. And yeah.
Well, hell of a job tonight, but again, backing up last week's win with a solid third place finish here tonight, it's the driver of the number 41, Dalton Kilroe. And Rick, with that being said, I believe you caught up to second place finisher tonight, and he ran a couple extra laps there. Just, I don't know why. We're going to find out right now. Ryan Wash in the 68.
Ryan Wash, you got Rick and Chris up in the booth. You got a copy, buddy?
Yeah, I got a copy.
Man, what a tough race for you there. A little bit of connection issue there. Looked like a little bit of blinking, but man, you just poured it on and you were there at the end, man. Tell us about your race a little bit.
Yeah, at the beginning of that second stage, my computer cut out twice, almost went 2 laps down. Obviously wasn't very happy about that. Switched tire strategies. Got me back up to where I wanted to be, and Paulson just saved. And hats off to him. That was amazing. But I was very happy. I had to take a few cool down laps. Very upset with my computer at the moment.
I bet, man, that's one of the toughest things there with iRacing. It's something that you just don't really have much control over. But, man, you did a heck of a job. And I think if we had maybe a lap or 2 left, you would have been right there battling it out for him because your car was pretty fast out there. So congratulations on taking second here tonight at Las Vegas. Anybody in that 68 you'd like to thank?
Yeah, I want to thank Tactically Inferior. Check out our YouTube channel. It's the same thing that's plastered on the car. We got some funny videos. We're kind of in a hiatus right now because we're all in school. But stop by, check us out. Pretty funny stuff. And I want to thank Mark, Sam for all that. I'm probably going to get an earful from them for what I was doing after the race, but it is what it is.
It looks like you were trying to burn now a little bit more gas there that you hadn't, saved up.
Yeah, I was just livid. If I had gone and stopped at the finish line there, I would not be calmed down in this interview right now.
Yeah, I know. It's a little tough out there, but hey, listen, congratulations on taking second, man. Bring that momentum next week over to Auto Club.
All right, thank you.
You're welcome.
And that was Ryan Wash, driver of the number 68. And that leaves us with just one more driver to talk to. An unbelievable finish, Rick, because, man, he did it on fuel strategy. Of course, we're talking about the number 6 of Derek Paulson. Derek, this is Chris and Rick up in the booth. Do you have a copy?
Yeah, do you got me this time?
Oh, yes, we do. And listen, man, you led 7 laps, including the most important one of them all. But tell me you weren't biting your fingernails off.
That last flag, or that last yellow flag we had, I said, you know what? We're going to be pretty close. I mean, I'm going to have to save a lot, but, I'm going to pit and see what I can do here. And I had to save a little over 4 laps of gas. And there was a lot of clutching. And even at the end, I had to kill the motor a few times just to make sure I made it across the line. I was making sure, Ryan, I saw him coming behind me, but by that time I knew I had enough gas in the tank, and I got lucky into that win. I'll take it.
Well, it was a really, really fun thing, and we were on board. We were listening to you clutch the motor, and man, it was very impressive fuel strategy, man. Congratulations once again. You locked yourself in with that win to that chase, the all-important chase. That's got to feel good. And man, I don't know what else to say. Who do you got to thank on that 6 car?
Well, this has got to be a long list because it takes a lot for this league to run. First, I got to thank Mark and the guys for putting on the league. It's a fantastic league. I look forward to Sunday nights every night. I also got to thank TRJ Karting again. They've been fantastic. I've gotten a few shirts and a trophy from them last year. Really appreciate what they do for the league. I've got to thank you guys. You guys do a fantastic broadcast. I also watch you guys in other leagues too, and you're top notch. I love listening to you guys. I've got to thank Dr. Squatch teammates, Brian, the team owner. Go out if you want to get some soap. Use Race 15. Get 15% off your first order. Yeah, and I think that's all I had to thank.
All right, bud. Well, that was a good list, and we appreciate it. Congratulations once again, locking yourself into that final chase.
Thank you very much, guys.
Derek Paulson, tonight's race winner. Rick, let's go ahead and take a peek at the race results because it was a good one. It's worth it. Of course, Derek Paulson, Ryan Walsh, Dalton Kilroy, your top three. Jamie Walker bringing it home in 4th position. 5th place tonight belongs to Taylor the Butcher Benjamin, who had a hell of that first stage. He was looking unbeatable and then got marred in the back. Corey Blevins brings home 6th position in his 24. Jeff Price takes 7th. Corey Sherman in 8th position. Aaron Bockover in 9th. Adrian Pedra finishes out in 10th spot. Ty Morosco 11th. Ian Habiak with a nice 12th place finish. In 13th tonight, it's Noah Van Hoot, Trenton Sneed in 14th, Jeff Hartline in 15th position, Jason Powell in 16th. In 17th position, Rick, it's going to be Andrew Beach, Nick Okie in the 18th position, Brian Dees and Marquis Smith, 19th and 20th. In 21st, it's going to be Blake Decker, 1 lap down. Patrick A. In the 11 finishes 22nd, 4 laps down. 23rd belonging to Corey Rutherford, 27 laps down. Kyle Wellman finishes in 24th position in his 42. Chris Williams, 25th. Terry Foster, 26th. David Bennett, 27th. Deshaun Gorham, 28th. In 29th spot, you've got Hayden Wheeler, Jacob Sayers in 30th. And last is 31st finisher Jacob Hopi, 145 laps down. Tonight we had 6 different cautions, 2 of them for stages for 23 laps with 14 different lead changes. Rick, what an impressive show tonight.
Oh, man, it was a fabulous show tonight. These guys did a heck of a job out there, man. And I was glad to be able to call it here with you. I mean, I'm looking forward to next Sunday. You know, we're off for the rest of the week until Sunday. So I'm going to pack up the Hammond Hotel and get it over to Auto Club, baby.
Absolutely. Next Sunday night, right here on the Turn 3 Racing Network, easy for you to say, is Auto Club. And for Rick tonight, this is Chris saying thank you and have a great evening, everybody.